Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Mariana and you're watching Lucifer's Library. In today's video we are going to be doing the stay-at-home book tag. If you don't know what stay-at-home book tag is, it is a tag that had arisen last year when we were all staying at home in quarantine. I posted it on April 26, 2020. It is a little over a year ago, and since both my brother and my dad are going to Croatia and I'm staying at home, it sounds fitting. It seems fitting. I want to talk about books, but for this video I'm going to be highlighting different books from the ones that I did last year. So we're going to be talking about different books, and that is very exciting. When watching the video back, I was fascinated with some of my answers, but without further ado, let's just get started. The first prompt we have is laying in bed, a book you could or have read in a day. You're gonna hear me mention this book a lot, especially when talking about this year's favorites, and that is In 27 Days. This is one of my favorite books of this year, if not the favorite book of this year. And I just have to mention it because it's really that good, and I have read it in what feels like a day, or at least in one sitting. I couldn't put it down. It's incredible. Love it. It is about this girl who had a classmate that she didn't know very well. They were just acquaintances, and one day she finds out that he had committed suicide and is approached by death. Death offers her a deal to go back in time to the point when he had decided he wanted to end everything, and she needs to save him. She needs to change his mind before he actually goes through with it on the day that he did. So it is a paranormal romance, but it's also about friendship and it's about mental health, and I absolutely love this book so much. Up next is Snacking, a guilty pleasure book. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I'm just gonna tell you, this is the second book by Rainbow Rowell I read, and I only read it last month. It was so very recent. I had not expected to love it, but I did, and that is why it's a guilty pleasure, because I didn't think that I would like it. I really didn't, but it ended up being a 4.25 star read. Now, if you don't know, it's about this girl, what's her name? I already forgot. Gosh, Kath, right. Kath is a fan fiction writer. She is very introverted, and when going to college, her and her sister, or her sister has decided that she wants to do separate things. She doesn't want to get the same rooms. She doesn't want to be roommates. She doesn't want to constantly hang out with her, but find her own group of people, which means that Kath is basically on her own trying to navigate college with her own life and with love and friendship, and you know, it's a fun time. I absolutely love this book because of how much I could connect to Kath and the mom plot twist, which is also, I mean, not plot twist, plot line. Hard-hitting for me, but I don't think it would be hard-hitting for a lot of people. However, it's yeah, it's a lovely book. Definitely guilty pleasure. Up next we have Netflix, Series You Want to Start, which is so funny because I think the series was put on Netflix last year and the second season is coming on my birthday, December 17th. The Witcher series. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce the author's name, but The Witcher. I have recently received all the books from my sister because she's decided she's not gonna be keeping them. So they're in my collection now, and I've yet to read a single one. However, I was the one who discovered the third installment of the game when I bought it on PS4, and I introduced The Witcher to the rest of my family like that through the game, and that is such a nice memory because my sister then got really addicted to it and I just did not. But I did like the TV show. I think I watched it like 2 or 3 times, and yeah, that is a book that or a series that I want to start because I'm really interested in whether or not I'll like it. Up next we have Deep Clean, been on your TBR for ages. It was so silent up until this point when Mango decided to come alive again. Okay, for this prompt I wanted to highlight 2 books, even though there is a ton of books, a ton. Every single book that is unread on my bookshelf has been on my TBR for ages, but I really wanted to highlight two books, and one is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I'm really excited for this one, and it's a shame that it's been on my TBR for ages. I want to tackle it. If somebody wants to do a buddy read with me, I say yes. Okay, and the next book that has been on my TBR for ages actually has not been on my TBR for ages, but it was on my sister's bookshelf, and I think my sister had read it. But we were talking about unhauling a few books, and this one I was also offered to keep, and I decided I want to keep it, not because of the author, but it's a beautiful cover, and the premise does sound very interesting. And that book is Soundless by Rochelle Mead. I am a fan of Rochelle Mead's writing, so that is also a plus, but this book is just, it's stunning. It is a stunning cover. Moving on, we have Animal Crossing, a book you recently bought because of the hype. This wasn't a recent buy, but this was the most recent buy, I would say. By that I mean I am on a book buying ban, have been for the entire year, since like last year, and these are the books that I did buy very recently, and by that I mean last year. The first one I would like to highlight is A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. This is a book that was really hyped, and I absolutely love the cover. My one thing about this cover is that it does not photograph on my phone very well. It comes up distorted, and my phone just won't focus on the book. I am so sad because look at the cover. It is absolutely, no, don't focus on me, focus on the book. It is absolutely stunning. The book is absolutely stunning. Like, damn. I did try reading this. I did get 88 pages in, which is 7 chapters. I'm on chapter 7. I do want to pick this book up again. I just don't think that I was in the right mood at the time. I just wanted something that could be a mindless read, if that makes sense. Like an easy read, something that I didn't have to think about or I didn't have to focus on. Which fantasy is usually for me something that I have to focus on. Moving on, another book that I bought for the hype is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Again, I have not yet read this one, but I need to. I know I do. This is the genre that I don't normally read, but since it's been so hyped, I did really want to pick it up. Interesting, but every once in a while I do like to change things up a little bit. Up next we have Productivity, a book you learned or had an impact on you. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. The thing about this book is I read it when my parrot passed away, and I think this book just helped me get through my loss. It helped me cope. This book distracted me, and that's what I really appreciated at the time, and I still do, about this book. It's how much it helped me. Moving on, we have Facetime, a book you were gifted. I am very grateful to say that I was gifted Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. Look at it. It is, look at the cover, absolutely stunning. I'm sorry, I'm looking at you from the behind like a creep, but I'm trying to see if it's focusing, and oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. It has my favorite colors. All of the books that I still haven't yet read, I do have assembled my TBR by piles based on which books I associate with which books, and I do make my sister choose each pile. I mean, I did that for this month. I made her choose one of the piles based on the books that I associate together, and this is also in one of the piles, so it might come up in the future. I'm hoping that it would. Yeah, I'm so grateful for everybody who has been buying books and gifting them to me. My Amazon and book depository wish lists are down below if you want to buy a book for me, but you don't have to. It is appreciated. However, I just wanted to tell you that I really do appreciate it. Next prompt is self-care. What is one thing you have done recently to look after yourself? I guess I would say social media detox has been the most impactful. You know, a lot has happened in that time, and I am so grateful that I got to take a break and focus on my everything, my surroundings, because a lot too much has been happening, and if I hadn't done that, I don't want to know where I'd be right now, or what I would be doing, or how I would be feeling, because it would be too much. I realized that I do a lot better if I focus on the positive things in everything positive that is happening in my life, that is happening to the people around me that I love. I would much rather be grateful for the things that I have than watch other people who have the things that I don't and be miserable. I don't want to compare myself to others. I think that I've done a really good job when it comes to that, when it comes to not comparing myself to others. However, I do tend to compare myself to myself a little bit too much, and I just want to share the love and share the positivity, because I feel like there is just not enough. There is a shortage of it these days. And the last is a bonus prompt, which is name a book coming out soon. I don't follow anticipated releases or new releases, but every once in a while I do come across a book that has been very freshly published. One of them is Six Crimson Cranes. It was published on July 6, 2021. A book that I would absolutely love to read. It's on my TBR and I really want to read it, and I don't think it's been talked about enough. So I am hoping to kind of like just give it a little highlight here. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a thumbs up. Comment down below, let me know what you think. What are your most anticipated releases? Let me know down below so that I can check them out. And I hope that you have a lovely day. Subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell to give yourself notified when I post more videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!